Hi everybody, today we're going to speak about Telegram Messenger. I had an issue with it. I used to use the open source version of Telegram, which is no longer supported for a while, and I had to reinstall Telegram, and to my surprise, I've been hitting a paywall to be able to use it, which I didn't actually pay, so I'm gonna go through that. So for those of you who don't know, Telegram, it's like Signal Messenger or Facebook Messenger. It's allowing you to chat and make call with your buddies. It's somehow related to a Russian creator initially, so something to keep in mind. I had issue with phone calls at my home network because I used to block Russian IPs, and I could not make actually calls because it was relying on Russian servers. So that's something to keep in mind. Also in Telegram, when you send a message, it's not encrypted by default. Only the private message that you may use are actually encrypted. So let's go into the trouble I've been through. So Telegram, you can find it on the App Store, and I used to download it from the F-Droid store. So what happened is the open source version disappeared from the F-Droid store, no longer supported for like a year and a half or so. And I actually went to the Play Store one instead. So I did install it, and what happened is, what did happen to many others, I did hit that window. So it's a Reddit discussion about that, where they actually require premium subscription to receive an OTP. And something interesting during the setup of the new application that didn't happen before. Before, with Telegram, you would install it on your phone, it would ask your country, your phone number, access to your phone calls, and send an SMS and activate, and you got your account, and that was fine. You may add a password on top of it if you wish, which I did, and that was it. Now, when you go through it, the first step before that screen, it's actually collecting your email and forcing to verify it by sending an actual security code that you have to fill until you fall on that stuff. So collecting who you are with your email, and no more kind of anonymity, if any was there. And that's interesting to see. So then when you hit that, there is no way you escape that stupid screen. They want you to pay, and there is no way I'm gonna pay for that because I don't really need it, And I've been searching, so what if my Telegram OSS open source version is no longer available? I found like the 4gram version. So 4gram, which is, I'm running on Android phone by the way, I don't know about the iPhone side of things. Telegram Android, which is basically a fork of Telegram, which basically make it work like the previous version. And we can see there was like 3 weeks ago some change in it, so it's still actively maintained. And this version can be found on F-Droid store right now. So you go, you install the F-Droid store, you allow application to be installed on your phone from Android, from F-Droid. You pull it, it's gonna download the APK, you install it, and then it works to get back your conversation. Ideally, when you do that, you need to keep like a desktop version of Telegram, so as the notification code to allow the login is gonna pop on that version. Otherwise, it's supposed to send an SMS, but I didn't get the SMS. Thankfully, I had a running Telegram version of one of my machines, so I went there and it did pop a new chat saying, hey, here's your authentication code, use that to log in, and that went fine. So that's something to keep in mind. But what happened with F-Droid, if you ever been used, it's like another alternative open source store for Android systems. And you install it, you allow application to be installed from that platform, and then you can pull anything from there. You should use care, and for security side and privacy, make sure you review everything. You can pull APKs from F-Droid website and submit them to VirusTotal for analysis before installing if you want to do your due diligence properly. But it works very well. It's offering a lot of free open source alternative that didn't need to go in the actual Google Play Store, so you don't have all the invasive Google stuff. This is especially great if you run a phone, an Android version, without the Google services at all. I used to run that for years. I had a Graphene OS, which is an encrypted, it's like more securely focused phone without any Google Play services. Lately, I had to put the Mini G apps, which is somehow an alternative open source that provide the equivalent of Google Play services on your phone, so as you can actually use applications that rely on it. For my ATV activities and stuff, I needed application that run on that, so I had to put it. So what happened now is that, switching to the topic, Google is kind of killing the open source approach and the free approach with F-Droid. If you go on the website of F-Droid, the main page, you are going to see that there is a warning there. This is under threat. Google is changing the way to install the apps on your device, and you need to be aware of that. Keep Android open. Let's dig quickly into that so you're aware of what's coming. Basically, in August 2025, Google announced that it will no longer be possible to develop an app on Android platform without first registering centrally on Google. That means that if you have an Android phone and you would like to deploy your own application and distribute it to your friend, you will not be able to do it because you no longer own your phone. Google does. And to be able to use the phone and the apps, you have to register and show like who you are and get the authorization from Google, which is unacceptable because you own the device. If you want to run anything that you build yourself or a friend build or someone in the open source community build, you should be able to. It's your own device. So what are the conditions and the restoration that involve? Paying a fee to Google. Yeah, ping, ping, cash out. And there are billions of Android phones on the market. So that means that, and like probably 100,000, even 1,000,000 developers and applications out there. So imagine the amount of money that Google is going to try to cash out. You need to agree to Google terms and conditions. It's your app, and you should actually follow the requirement, like basically Apple is doing. But Apple is a closed stuff. They abused for as much as Google for years, and we know that. So Android was platform-based, basically kind of like Linux, and will allow you to run the apps the way you want. So it's not going to be possible anymore. Providing government identification, that's very nasty. And that's something we see on Telegram as well. As I just told you, when I did install the application, we didn't have to use an email previously. Now we have to. So you tell me you can use a one-time email, but still it's leaving a track, with the logs, the IP identification. It's just something nasty. They already have the phone number. So why do you need the email on top of that? It's just to have more data collection and stuff like that. I really don't like it. Uploading evidence of developer private signing key. All right, we may understand that they don't want a software supply chain attack on that, but as we saw, this is not the main way software supply chain actually happen. And finally, listing all the current and future application identifier. They really want to pin a name on the app of who's doing what. And that's way too much. That's about freedom. I'm a Free Software Foundation supporter for years, and this is your hardware, and if you want to code your software the way you want and share it with people you like, you should be able to be free to do it. And hell no, the big tech police should not be there. Who are they to decide the way you use your phone? So be aware of it, share the information. You may want to share, I'm going to put the link in comments, keep free on Android, share on your social media, bring some awareness, support the open letter opposing the developer verification program. There are so many ways to assess the security of an application. It's not about security. This is about control, customer lock, developer locking. It has nothing to do with security. It's invasive, it's degrading, it's taking away the ownership of your device, and that's unacceptable. So I hope you are now more aware of the situation, and if you are an Android user, know that if this is coming into place and there is no way to sideload an application except with a very complex mechanism, basically like jailbreaking the stuff, it's gonna be no better than Apple stuff. So be aware of it. Your software freedom and the real ownership of your devices matter. And share and like and comment. Let me know what you think about it. See you later. Bye bye.